welcome everybody. Thank you for giving up a half an hour. We will be finishing promptly at 7 for this session on guidance, tips and questions around Rotary Youth competitions. It's lovely to see quite a lot of people registered and hopefully quite a lot of people actually are able to come. I've had a couple of apologies who can't be with us today. So I'm Janine Birtwistle and I'm the team lead for the Humanitarian Service Specialist Advisor team. And Youth Matters are part of that team's ancillary work. And I'm going to be your host for the evening. So without further ado, we are trying to unite for good. That is our RI President, the Rotary International President's message for us all. And that's very much what we're trying to encourage us all to do around all things Rotary, and particularly around Rotary Youth competitions and the Rotary Young Citizen Awards, which is the subject of this evening. Of course, we all go to bed every night by reciting our global vision statement. I'm sure that's what sends you to sleep because it's on the top of your ceilings. And it is about us working together where we do unite and take action. It's taking the action. There's no good coming and listening to this and then doing nothing. And it's about creating that lasting change. And I think it starts with ourselves, in our communities, in and across the globe. Young people are the future. They're their future, our future, the planet's future. And the Global Action Plan is very much about increasing the impact of what we do and the time and the talents and our passions that we share, about expanding the reach of Rotary, getting more people engaged with it or re-engaged with it. That might be members who have disengaged and just come to a meeting occasionally, or have even left and actually, have you tried re-engaging with them? Has their life moved on? And increasing our ability to adapt. We have to be flexible. We have to move forward. We can't keep doing what we've been doing because we'll get the same results. And in many instances, that's not necessarily the results that we want. And certainly from our numbers of membership, we need to be heading to that North Star, 60,000 by 2028. Please, every one of us has a role to play. The specialist advisor teams, and I'll mention them very briefly a little bit later, we are collaborating ourselves. We are uniting for good. And this is our mission statement because it's about that collaboration. We can engage to build and deliver effective support to you, because Rotary isn't about what we do or what the RI president says or the GB&I chair of the board or whatever. It's about what you do as Rotarians. And it's to enable you to act with enthusiasm to deliver the 4 Ps. And those 4 Ps are projects, people, publicity and philanthropy. Around the Rotary Youth competitions, you need to be looking at what you're going to do in your own club or hub, what you're going to be doing in your district. And if it's a face-to-face, so the Rotary Young Chef and the Rotary Young Musician in your clusters, you will be seeing this and hopefully you're familiar with it. So you're clear which districts you're in, which clusters you're in. Yeah. This is the page where you do have to have gone to Specsavers. I have. My nice bright green glasses are a Specsavers special. And it is a summary document that really outlines all of the competitions that are running for the Rotary year 2025-26, including the Rotary Young Citizen Awards. And we're going to be talking about them in a little bit more detail this evening. I would like now to introduce Hannah Graham. Hannah, if you'd like to spotlight me.
Spotlight me, crikey, okay.
There you go. I think we should be seeing you. Are you all seeing Hannah as well as myself at the moment? Hannah is a member of the Rotary GB&I youth team, and she is the Rotary Youth Competitions team lead. So thank you very much for taking on this role, Hannah.
No problem.
And that's Hannah's email address. So you have all got it. So please do contact her. And if you can hear the cat in the background, the cat wants my lap. So you might have that for the next 30 minutes till I'm with her. We're also joined this evening by Bill Campbell and Mary. Bill is the lead for Rotary Young Musician. Mary is a mentor for the Rotary GB&I youth team. Sure, many of you know Mary. She's been around for a long time and she knows so much about so many different things. So we're very
Make her feel
grateful for
good.
her being a mentor with us. So that's the four of us that are going to be with you this evening. Two other members of the Humanitarian Service core team are Marianne Jones and David Glover. David isn't with us this evening. Marianne is. Marianne has just joined the team. She's a member via the direct route, and she is very, very much focused on youth in a lot of her areas of interest. So you'll get to know Marianne and David more over the course of the year. Materials for 2025-26. Do you want to talk us through this slide, please?
Why not? So firstly, please destroy all earlier versions of all of the info packs and all of the application forms that we've been using, anything that relates to the competitions prior to now. Which you'll find that the current versions are now online. If you look on the Rotary Great Britain and Ireland, the main page, I think it's under our causes. Young people.
Yes, youth opportunities. I would show you the page, but apparently there's a bit of a hitch with the website this evening. So we will make sure that you've got the links, but do remember to look in both the public and the members area. There are sections for both.
So if you look in the public area, you'll find an info pack under every one of the competitions. And then you'll have to go into the members area to get hold of the certificate, the application forms, because we want people to apply through a Rotary club. So that's why we only give the application forms to yourselves. So they'll need to contact a Rotary club in order to make an application. We've got a central email address now, competitions@rotarygreatbritainireland.org. If you email us on that, if you've got any queries about the competitions, we will either deal with them straight off or we'll send them through to the specific teams that we've got for each competition if it's a technical query about that competition itself.
That email address is just competitions@rotarygbi.org. If you put Rotary GB and Ireland or Great Britain and Ireland, it won't work. So just rotarygbi.org.
So yes, you've got an official entry form for all stages. That's through a Rotary member. Also, there's a consent form for images of children under 18 or at-risk adults. They're attached, I think, still to the back of all of the info packs. So if anybody is submitting any photos, say if they're doing it for a young photographer or they're using it as evidence for a young environmentalist application or a young citizen application, then they'll need to send in a consent form as well if it's got any young children in the image or any at-risk adults. We will have the guidance online by the end of the week for Rotary Young Citizen. And the
next week, not this week.
End of next week. The press releases are in the process of being updated. The non-face-to-face, we're going to have information about them in the August magazine. The links are updated, are they not, on the website? You can get the info packs for them now.
All the materials are on the website, except the materials currently where you've got links to the winners. They're the links to the winners of the 23-24 competition. So it's that will be updated after the August magazine has been published when we've got the 24-25 winners available. So that's the bit that will be updated then.
But don't forget also, you can go into the Rotary Great Britain and Ireland resources area and you can find booklets and leaflets relating to all the youth competitions and all of the youth activities that you can use to promote them. We're just reviewing them at the moment to see if they need updating, but there's stock available still that you can get online to use to promote them this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the booklet, one of the updates is because we didn't run Rotary Young Environmentalist competition last year, that's not in the booklet and that's in the process of being added into the booklet.
The key dates for the coming year, the national finals for Rotary Young Chef, Rotary Young Musician and the Rotary Young Citizens Awards will be on Saturday, the 25th of April 2026. And we'll be announcing the location for that shortly. The deadline for submission of the endorsed nominations for Rotary Young Citizen Awards is Friday, 6th of February. And we need the district winners for the non-face-to-face competitions need to be submitted with the entry forms and any necessary image consent forms to cds@rotarygbi.org by Thursday, the 30th of April 2026. I think also, aren't we giving guidance for when the district rounds should be completed for?
No, we've got a date that all the cluster finals of the face-to-face have to have been held, because we need to have that time to produce the booklet and get everything else together for that. So the district youth leads know about that. So you need to check with your district youth lead what are the dates for your district competitions, and if it's a face-to-face, what are the dates for the cluster round as well. So they will be by the middle of March. Just one thing, just picking up on something that Steve Hanks has said in the chat, that the posters themselves are 100% better. Well, that's great. You will find some people have said that the posters are no longer where you can put contact details. But believe it or not, we've taken out where it said Rotary Anywhere or Rotary, I can't remember what they were, but basically we had put in some dummy data for you to see where you could put your club name and your club contact numbers, etc. And the number of people that just sent them out like that was unbelievable. So many of our inquiries were, this email address isn't working, or why doesn't that happen? So we've taken that out, but if you hover over the poster, you've still got a section where you can put in the contact details for your event.
Right, good evening, folks, and welcome to this very special and very informative session. There's been a reasonable response across the country for the young musician competitions in the past, but it's been very mixed and in different areas. We really need you to promote these amongst schools, obviously, but not only amongst schools, but amongst district community groups and other things. And remember that all the entry forms that you're using actually need to be signed by the Rotarians. Very many people send their entry forms directly to the schools or other community groups and ask them to forward them on. They really should come back to you and make sure that the information that is there is complete and that there are Rotarian contacts in it, because we have had information in the past or entries in the past where there's been no Rotarian contact and we haven't a clue where it has come from. So attention to detail, please.
Thanks, Bill. And I think one of the things that we have found is that, believe it or not, Rotary clubs don't respond at times when they get an inquiry from a school or a community group or from an individual. Stony silence, or we don't run that competition, bye. That doesn't help. Please, if you get an inquiry, please respond to it. If you don't know how to respond to it, speak to your district youth lead, or contact Hannah, or contact the competitions@rotarygbi.org email address. Please make sure you give a response. If you're not going to be doing it, what about other clubs in your assistant governor area? Are you doing things between you or within your district? There are other ways of doing it. We must be giving a positive welcome to people that connect with Rotary. And please remember that all entries go through a Rotary club. And that is why the entry form is not available in the public area. Please, please, please do not publish the entry form on your websites. Please be the people that actually send it to the entries, to the entrance or the school or the community group or whatever it is. It really does cause a problem.
Can I just come in that there, Janine?
Bill.
Yeah, having done this for a number of years now, you'd be surprised at the number of emails I get from Rotarians from Rotarians and youth people in Rotary saying the entry form isn't on the website. It is on the website, as Janine has explained. It is on the members area of the website, and as Hannah has explained, you need to go there. They say they can't find it. Can you please send me a copy? And I say, no, I'm not sending you a copy. Go and get it. Here's the link.
Thanks, Bill. Anne-Marie has put a hint in, set up a Hotmail account specifically for your entries to come to. Yeah, maybe there's one central point in your district that could do that. Or, you agree it in your own club or whatever. Will district leads get to know the final result? You will get to know the final result when it's published in the August magazine for the non-face-to-face. But one would hope your clubs have actually communicated with your district leads. And great to hear that you had success in your club. One person, Steve, saying too many Rotarians use music groups or schools. I would say that for any Rotary Youth competition and the Rotary Young Citizen Awards, do not instantly think schools. There are lots of other groups to communicate with, to connect with. And think outside that box. What's happening in your local area? What about the people that are home educated or excluded from school? Or reach out to your local authority, whether it's the education, whether it's the social support service, whatever. There are lots of other ways of connecting. And don't forget your Rota kids and your interactors. It really does make a difference. Don't forget, we need to have this make an impact for Rotary. And so many of you don't tell people it's a Rotary youth competition. You just tell them that you're running the young chef or the young writer, not the Rotary young chef or the Rotary young writer. That word is really important. Some of the questions we've had in advance is around why aren't we making a bigger impact? You can all help to make a bigger impact by making sure people know it's a Rotary activity. Really does work. Lots of other ways of engaging with your community. I've mentioned a couple of them. Don't forget, an individual must be able to enter as well. And we had one district contact through their district youth lead saying that they didn't think that was right because it was a way of bypassing clubs and going direct to the district. Well, I would hope that each district sets it up within their district that doesn't happen. Maybe there's a club that may be willing to be the catch-all for all those individual entries, or talk to your members via the direct route. Maybe that's something that they could handle for you. But all entries need to go through a Rotary club or Rotary hub, please. Don't forget to showcase what's happening and what has happened. Whether that's at events or whether you do an exhibition of your entries, that might be the Rotary Young Artists. I mean, there's some great stories of the Rotary Young Artist exhibitions happening. And Caroline Evans was one of the team members for Rotary Young Artists for 5 years. They did an amazing exhibition in their hospital, got huge publicity. 2 years, at least 2 years of that. And many parts of the community engaged with that, including the chief executive of the hospital. There's lots of ways of doing it. And please, when we're saying use it as a way of letting people know about other opportunities through Rotary, don't just have somebody stand at the front of a stage and just talk really boring. There are lots of ways of doing it, and we're going to have a special session that will help you with that. And we'd love to hear how you have done it successfully, because if we share those nuggets, we're going to have to invent less wheels and put more time and energy into building what we've already got. The Rotary Young Citizen Awards, don't forget, they're for any individual or group up to 25 years of age. And they are also an opportunity to really showcase and grow awareness. Why not actually run your own local Rotary Young Citizen Awards? Some areas do. Sometimes it's Rotary Community Heroes, something like that. Keep an eye on what's going on in your local media, whether that's social media or traditional media. Is there somebody that you've spotted? It's not difficult to find people to nominate. People can nominate themselves, but you have to endorse every single one that ends up going to GB&I has to have been endorsed by a Rotary Club. So we're relying on you to look at those applications and be satisfied that you think that they are worthwhile. So I'm going to show you a short video. It is available on the YouTube channel as well. This is from Abby Breakwell, who is a Rotary Young Citizen Willpower Award winner. She was an interactor, she was is now a Rotaractor, and she's a Rotary Great Britain and Ireland ambassador.
Hi, my name is Abby Breakwell and I am a Paralympian. I won the Rotary Young Citizen Willpower Sports Award in 2018 and I am part of the Rotary family. I'm very proud to say I am a Rotary Great Britain and Ireland ambassador. In 2025, I was a judge for the awards. We had over 65 nominations across Great Britain and Ireland, which were extremely high calibre. They were a diversity of different nominations, making judging even more challenging. It was great to celebrate young people, both individuals and groups, in the local areas that have made such great changes. Here are my top tips for nominating someone for the Young Citizens Awards. My first top tip is making sure you provide enough evidence which adds value to the nomination. This could be showing fundraising efforts of videos or photos. For example, if you fundraise for money, show evidence of you fundraising for that money and a photo of you handing over the cheque to the establishment that you've been helping. We don't need to be random materials, so ensure that you have submitted the relevant information that helps the judges understand why this young person has been nominated to help strengthen their case the most. The judges can only make their decisions on the information that is given. This could include videos, interviews, newspaper articles, links to clips. This needs to be an ongoing volunteering project and not a one-off. A letter saying this person is wonderful isn't sufficient enough and needs to have evidence with it to support it. This is not for full-time employees for a charity or organisation unless the nominee is the person who set up the organisation or charity. This doesn't have to be about raising money. It can be something about helping benefit others. For example, if you are in your local area and doing gardening, teaching young children about gardening, especially those who are vulnerable, and helping them to create an organisation where they can sell their produce to help give young vulnerable people a job and opportunities is another example. We are looking at the impact that the person is making over a long period of time. This is due to one-off events only helping a small amount of people. And we want to make sure that every single person is helped for as long as possible. Longevity of these projects is so important for making sure they have a stability and a long-lasting impact. It is so important to recognise the hard work of these nominees. They so often go unnoticed and unappreciated for the hard work that they put in, and they quite often sit in the background quietly. But it is time for us to recognise their hard work and show them that we appreciate everything that they can do, and to help provide support going forward to make sure that they can create even better and bigger change. If you know an incredible young person and not sure if they should be nominated, go for it. You have nothing to lose. You never know, you may be supporting the next person who could change the world. My advice to those who are nominees: take this opportunity to create a bigger impact in the area that you're working on, and to connect with others that are also change makers to help to work together to make the biggest change possible. Being a nominee and also an award winner has helped me connect with so many other people who have helped to create change, and also to work together and collaborate both nationally and internationally and locally to be able to make great differences in our areas of expertise. Seeing other winners has also massively inspired me to push myself to be a better person and also to work harder. They've also given me inspiration for other things in our areas that could be worked on, and to work hard to be able to change them.
So please stay connected with the people that have been engaged with you, whether it is an organisation, whether it's the entrant, whether it's the family. How could they help you? How could Rotary Kids interact? RILA participants, I mean, some RILA courses require people to actually help with a Rotary service project. How about the Rotary Service Project they help with being one of the Rotary Young Youth competitions or Rotary Young Citizen Awards? Things they could help with, ideas, promotion, volunteering on the day, actually helping, running, hosting. Do I dare say it? Maybe one of them could be one of your judges. And please, to stay in touch, the GDPR is covered using the official entry form, but that's in relation to the competition for this year. To stay in touch with them beyond that, make sure you touch base with them and ask them specifically, can you stay in touch with them? And don't forget, if they're under 18, you need to get the parent or guardian consent as well. Your district youth lead and your district team are absolutely key to helping you. And it's not just them. You know, think about your compliance, your safeguarding, your community team, your vocational team, and don't forget the assistant governors. The SAT teams, and I'm going to show you a slide about them in a moment, and I'm conscious we're at 7 o'clock. The humanitarian service team, including the youth team. The leadership development people are here to support as well. So if you need any training on the safeguarding and the compliance aspect of it, for example, we can make that happen. But what else are you doing? Could you share other successes? Share the impact stories. You know, contact somebody that was a winner or a participant 5 years ago in your area. What impact has it had on them? And don't forget to mention other Rotary opportunities, including what you do in your area that isn't necessarily something that we do across GB&I. So it's very easy to get involved. The other specialist advisor teams, public image, Irene is the lead elect for that team. Phil Dyer is the lead for this coming Rotary year. Irene is with us this evening. Membership is Ken McLennan, Mike Hudge from Foundation, James Carmichael from Polio, Cheryl Law for Major Gifts and Endowments, and Debbie is the team lead for the support that is provided by Leadership Development. They're not a SAT team anymore, especially as advisor team, because they are there to support. It's a business support progress. Save that date, Saturday the 13th of September, 9:30 till 11. We have got a special session with public image and membership and humanitarian service talking about specific ideas and resources that we can help you to maximise the impact of your involvement with Rotary Youth Competitions and Rotary Young Citizen Awards. And if you've got things that you think have been fantastic in your area, share them with us so that we include them then. As John F. Kennedy said, children are the world's most valuable resource and its best hope for the future. So please get involved, spread the word, and help celebrate young people. I want to thank you for giving up your time. If you can just bear with me for 2 minutes. There's just 2 polls that I would like for you to answer. So there should be a poll that's now showing on your screen about a video of hints and tips. So what we wondered, would it be helpful to have a maximum 2-minute video from each of the Rotary Youth competitions, a bit like the Abbey one, but around would it actually help you to have those? We don't want to spend the time and effort making them if they think they're not going to help. And if you do think they're going to help, what would you like included? So that's pretty positive. We've got a resounding 100%. So we're definitely going to make that happen. So bear with us. It might take us a month or so to make that happen, but we will. And the only other thing that I want to ask is, have you found this useful? And would you like us to do things like this more in the future? If you haven't had all the answers that you wanted, as I say, if they're in the chat, we will make sure that we follow them up. We will send you out the resources, and you will have the email address again for Hannah and myself so that you can follow up through that. And don't forget the email address, competitions@rotarygbi.org. The team that handle that competition email address is a team of volunteers through Rotary, and they will be dealing with the simple queries. And when there's something technical for a particular competition, we will be referring it to that competition team. So again, one person who hasn't found this useful. Thank you for saying that. I would be really grateful if you could contact Hannah or myself and explain why you didn't feel it was useful and how we could make it more useful in future. This is the first time that we've done anything like that. So I think I would like to, again, thank you very, very much. I'm just going to share my slide again so that you have got Hannah and my email addresses and the competitions at rotarygbi.org. I hope you have a good evening. If anybody does want to stay on to ask anything specific, I would be very happy to stick around. But otherwise, have a great evening and have a great year, getting more and more involvement with Rotary Youth Competitions and Rotary Young Citizen Awards and the impact that they have, not just on the young people and their futures, but actually they're just fantastic things to get involved with. I think they are, for me, if you go to save the date for the 25th of April and join us for the national final face to face. And we're also going to be trying to do a little exhibition of this year's winners, as in 24-25, of the non-face to face, because the winners of the 25-26 won't be known for the 25th of April next year. So we'll be doing an exhibition of this year's winners at those national finals. So, love you and leave you. But if anybody wants to stay and ask anything, very happy for you to do so.